In Senator Westman's absence, we'll ask the Ledge Council to take us through the bill.
Sure, Beth St. James, Office of Legislative Counsel. This is S-238, an act relating to the Board of Trustees of the Vermont State Colleges Corporation. And this bill proposes to make an amendment to one piece of law in your green books, section 16, in the Vermont State Colleges Corporation chapter. It's an amendment to the Board of Trustees, the composition of the Board of Trustees. What the bill proposes on page 2, you'll see that current law on line 15 is that there are 4 legislative trustees. This bill proposes to take that number down to 2 legislative trustees. And then on page 3, line 5, add 1 trustee to be a faculty member. And on line 11, subdivision 6, add 1 trustee to be a staff member. And so keeping the Board of Trustee numbers the same, taking down the number of legislative trustees by 2, and then adding a staff member and a faculty member trustee. And then there's a transition provision in section 2 on page 4. So on or before August 1st, 2024, the 2 longest serving legislative trustees shall be replaced by 1 faculty trustee and 1 staff trustee in accordance with this section. So we take up back on July 1, 2024. And this language is the same as sections 2 and 3 of S-16, which is Senator Collimore's larger Vermont State Colleges Corporation bill. So you have seen this language before, but this is standalone, so it's a standalone bill.
Any questions?
I would just love to know what his rationale is, like why would you want to do this? You know?
I don't, on the floor, I said, can you come into committee? He said, definitely, I'll be there. I won't be late. And then he said, this is what it does. And he told me again, he would be late. And it's 4:09 for the record, if you're watching Senator Westman. Yeah, so I'm not sure. We can have, would you have Senator Westman stop by tomorrow, please? Yeah. Questions, concerns? I think the 2 of you signed on to Senator Collimore's bill also.
Great.
That what it is. It's interesting. The legislative trustee thing, I don't think I'll ever have any luck. I'm less enthusiastic about legislative trustees, frankly. I feel if you're the board at the state colleges, one of the things the board does is it needs to raise money. It needs to have different expertise. I like giving them as much flexibility personally on these kinds of issues. The faculty and staff thing, I think the committee is enthusiastic about it. It's just never anything that's really excited me. Yeah, I think in this we should look at the whole board and maybe we give them a little more flexibility if we want to do this so that they can get some non sort of legislative and staff trustees. And UVM, yeah, I mean, boards in part are expected to get. So
I've had a lot.
I like to think.
I've had talks with some folks at UVM about this. All right, we don't necessarily agree. I do think like a shared governance model is what the future is going to be. So I kind of think we should embrace having a faculty and staff member on the board, but I know that.
And this is just the state colleges.
Right. But
Yeah.
I'm in favor generally, just.
We like to share governance.
Yeah, bring people in, bring them closer. And work through stuff together.
I would say, I kind of recoil at the thought of a board being formed because they are potential donors.
Okay.
And I think the focus should be on their ability to participate, to assist based on the backgrounds, assist with the vision, downrange vision of that particular group, whatever it is, a school or business or whatever. The donor aspect to me is, I get it, but
Yeah.
I
It
think
might be interesting to dig into it a little bit. I mean, for me, if somebody were on the Vermont State College Board right now that could give $100 million, sign them up. and engaged and interested. I think there's also the piece that you have, you know, let's get some expertise. But, yeah. Okay, we good? Okay, I think we'll leave it there. Committee, I think you, good conversation, good discussions, good priority time, and we'll look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow. And stay tuned. I just saw Senator Cummings in the hall. We're just trying to figure out what time that joint hearing is going to start. We're gonna do a loop to them. I believe it's 1:15. Okay, so on Thursday, so you'll likely have to leave the floor. I don't think there are any votes. I know Ashley Moore was there when I was talking to Senator Cummings. Like, they leave the floor and